my respected colleagues, my name is Hon Chris Azubogu. I represent the good people of Nnewi North, Nnewi South, and the Okusigo Federal Constitution from Anambra State. Mr. Speaker, I rise under Order 8 Rule 4, matter of urgent national importance, as regards to a near mishap in the aviation industry in recent times, which concerns all of us. And it's a motion that will bring about consciousness to forestall air crash or near mishap in Nigerian aviation industry. And I consider it urgent and important for all of us here and to many Nigerians. And that's why I seek the leave of the House to set aside the rules of the House so that we can take this motion urgently and now. I so move. Mr. Speaker, I rise to move a motion on the need to forestall air crash and near mishaps in Nigerian aviation industry. The House notes that recent near mishap of Air Peace Airline Boeing 737-500 on Saturday, 22nd June 2019, while about to land, that the Air Peace flight number P47291, which had about 94 passengers on board, was said to have taken off from Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, to Port Harcourt International Airport, Omogwa. Informed that the aircraft on landing skidded off the tarmac, causing it to overshoot the runway. As a result, destabilized all on board and instigated panic on its passengers and other airport officials, even though it was gathered that no one sustained injury or no life was lost. Also informed that the overshoot of the runway was as a result of flood in the airport runway, intermittently caused by heavy downpour of rain the same date. The House further notes that on the same day, 22nd
presentation of bills after that.
2019, another Air Peace aircraft from Enugu, Akanu Biami International Airport, Enugu, to Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, attempted landing twice, but recorded no success due to poor weather conditions. Recalls that several airline mishaps had occurred in previous years and at different times and different locations within the country. Also recalls that some of the crashes that have been recorded in the country are: one, in October 2005, a Boeing 737 Bellevue Airline flight 210 crashed very close to Lagos, leaving about 117 people dead. Bad weather was noted to have been the cause of the crash. Two, in December 2005, Sosoliso aircraft crashed while landing at Port Harcourt Airport, killing about 108 people, mostly students of Loyola Jesuit College in Abuja. Although two persons were rescued, the cause of the crash was attributed to bad weather and dysfunctional runway lighting. Three, in October 2006, the Boeing 737-200 operated by ADC Airline, scheduled to Sokoto Airport, but with an intermediate stopover at Abuja Airport, crashed in a confirmed few minutes after takeoff from Abuja Airport, sending about 97 people to their early grave. It is on record that the pilot refusal to acknowledge prevailing weather condition was the cause of the crash. Number four, in March 15, 2008, Beechcraft 1900D marked 5NJAH on a routine flight from Lagos belonging to Wing Aviation crashed in Calabar, Cross River State, killing all 4 crew members. In March 8, 2011, HS-125 chartered aircraft crashed in Bauchi. It was gathered that no casualty was recorded. In July 29, 2011, a Kwara State-bound helicopter crashed in Osun State, killing the managing director of Joseph Dam Group of Companies, Mrs. Josephine Uluwa Damilola Kuteyi, her personal assistant and others on board. The last one, 7, in June 3, 2012, a Lagos-bound Dana aircraft crashed a few minutes from landing at Iju Agege, suburb of Lagos. Worried that poor weather condition has been the reason for most of these crashes, even the mishap at recent times. It has to take cognizance that over the years, air travel has become easier means of transportation, not only to the people of Nigeria, but the people of the world over at large. Thoughtful that as a nation, the federal government has the obligation at every point to make aviation industry safe and to work for everybody. Believe that air crashes and mishaps can rarely occur if all stakeholders and other concerned authorities will adopt relevant apparatus to tackling the irregularities in the industry. Also believe that the relevant agencies can work harder to ensure that no airline official is encouraged to take decisions such as flying when the weather is not conducive. The House resolved to 1. Urge the Ministry of Aviation to liaise with the Nigerian Airspace Management Agency, NAMA, Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, NCA, Accident Investigation Bureau, and Nigerian Meteorological Agency, NIMET, to enforce all safety standards as prescribed in the aviation industry guidelines so as to forestall further crashes. 2. Urge the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, FAN, to ensure that all aircrafts in Nigeria are adequately maintained and certified airworthy before commencing operation in order to prevent further ordeals. 3. That the Nigerian Meteorological Agency, NIMET, and Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, FAN, shall prevail on aircraft owners to keep strict adherence with the rules of weather conditions while flying. And 4, mandate the Committee on Legislative Compliance, when constituted, to ensure compliance. I so move. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, my respected colleagues. My name is Chris Azubogu. I present today is the most frequently flight airline and also today as an airline. And whatever that happens to one, happens to all. When we are talking of air incident, we have to be mindful of the fact that it affects the entire fabric of our economy and key drivers of the economy. So safety in industry is of a paramount importance to all of us, because a good number of us here use it. Our roads are not too good, but we're working on that. The rail lines are not functioning well. So one of the most of considered the safest means of transportation, easiest means is the aviation. But the issue of safety, comfort and confidence is needed. And why we are talking as a parliament of the people is to encourage the regulators already established to carry out their mandates to ensure that the airline or the aviation industry is safe for everybody who wants to use it, to ensure that there is confidence, because any slightest thing that will happen will bring about lack of confidence and it will affect the economy greatly. As we are trying to build a strong economy, the role of aviation industry is very important, but the safety of Nigerian citizens is paramount. And why, if you look at the prayer, is specifically to call agencies already put in place to ensure that there is no laxity. By compliance with all the set down rules, especially when it comes to weather, so that we won't have any mishap. Because it's better that we are proactive than waiting until accident happens, and nobody knows what is going to happen. There's one adage in my play that says, anybody throwing stone in the market does not know the day the mother will go to the market. All of us here enter aircraft. If we do not charge those who are responsible to be careful and conscious, and also to ensure that those who are flying, because of pressure, as aviation now is the major means of transportation, because of pressure on them, they might carry on to satisfy customers, and in course of doing that, without heeding to the roots of bad weather, they end up, instead of taking us to the point of safety, they will decide, they end up killing off people. So the best thing for us is to be proactive, ask them, not that we don't want them to fly, but to ensure that safety becomes the #1 rule. And once that is done, it will engender confidence that everybody who is flying at any point in time, even all of us here, instead of trying to harass aviation, when they say operational reasons, we are not going to, let everybody comply. But the rule will come from industry operators and regulators to ensure that there is safety. And that's why I have stand up this moment to ask that my colleagues will support this motion. And if you look at the prayers, so that we will convey to the necessary authorities to ensure safety in aviation industry. I thank you.
Those in favor of this motion, please say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. The motion is referred to the Committee on Aviation when constituted.